Hi, everyone, and welcome back to The Growth Advantage, the podcast dedicated to sharing high level industry knowledge from ambitious business leaders focused on scaling revenues to seven figures and beyond. Today, we're diving into the future of finance with a true visionary. Our guest is Esteban Quintero, CEO and founder of Abroad, an open source payment infrastructure that's redefining global transactions by seamlessly bridging stablecoins and traditional finance. Esteban brings a deep expertise in blockchain, DeFi, and creating market disruption solutions from wallets to P2P exchanges. We'll be exploring how he navigates the challenges of rapid expansion, how technology is forcing traditional finance to adapt, and where the next wave of measurable growth lies in this hyper competitive sector. Get ready to hear the blueprint for scaling a truly innovative fintech company. Let's jump in. Hi, Esteban. How are you today? Well, it's great to have you here. Thank you ever so much for coming on. I'd love to get started, if it's okay, by asking you to tell us a little bit about your company and your role within it.
Sure, of course. So we are connecting the new payment systems worldwide with the new blockchain wallets and with the new digital wallets.
Right. Fantastic. And obviously, I've seen that Abroad is at the cutting edge of integrating stable coins and traditional finance. What's the single biggest technological or regulatory hurdle that you see right now in achieving true seamless global interoperability? I can't say that word. Global interoperability. And how
Interoperability, yeah.
such a mouthful. And how is Abroad positioned to overcome it?
Yeah, well, this technology is changing how all the banking and financial system works because usually all the banks and all the money transfer and all the money movement got used to wait for the transfer up to a week. So sometimes it took for a normal transfer from one country to another 3 days, 4 days, sometimes 7 days. So it was taking a lot. But everything is changing because thanks to blockchain technology and to stable coins, it is happening almost instantly, right? In a few seconds. So this changed everything from treasury, as you mentioned, to settlement times and also to how liquidity is managed. Because before you needed a lot of liquidity to handle a business of money movement, but now you barely need it. So that is how this new technology is disrupting everything as we knew before.
Amazing, really good. And given your deep expertise in blockchain and DeFi and cryptocurrencies, how do you see open source payment infrastructure such as Abroad fundamentally changing the competitive landscape for traditional banks and payment gateways in the next, say, 3 to 5 years?
Sure. This is also as this is a new trending topic, may I say AI and blockchain technologies are the new trending topic within the industry. It is
Yeah.
really pricey and really expensive, of course, to start, right? To hire the right developers is really expensive. So that is what we are building. We are building an open source solution in order for any institution, any financial company, any institution to start, and also for any company to start. So we have been working really hard for the last 2 years, and we want to share this technology to the world. So people and companies that maybe doesn't have a big budget can start in a very, very small way, and they can just use what we got, use what we built. And of course, the good part is that many people from around the world is building with us, and they are sharing their knowledge and their development capacity and everything with the community, may I say, because more than other, we want financial inclusion for the world. And if this technology works for a bank in an emerging country that maybe is not rich or maybe the bank is not that big, we want that kind of institutions to offer this technology to the people who need it.
It sounds really good that you're making it accessible for all sizes of business, not just for the large corporates. That's amazing. And you have a history.
Exactly.
Fantastic. And you have that history of leading market disrupting financial solutions. What key metrics are you using right now to measure Abroad disruption in growth beyond just transaction volume?
Sure. So we're measuring the, as you mentioned, total transaction volume, also the total number of transactions, so weekly, monthly transactions, and also the number of wallets that connect with our system. Well, right now we are live in a few countries, so of course we track which country is performing better. We also track the speed of every transaction, which is in an average of 3 seconds. So yeah, those are the measures we are currently using.
Of course. Fantastic. And you've successfully expanded operations across Europe and Latin American countries. So, as Abroad scales its open source infrastructure, what internal processes, say in sales, marketing, or client onboarding, are currently the most manual or time intensive, and why haven't they perhaps been automated yet?
Well, I will need a bit of a time to answer that, but I will say that everything regarding business development still needs a lot of like manual work because the business development is a skill or well is a profession and it's a skill set when you have to deal with other people, right? So from like with people from other companies as providers, as clients, and this is something that yet you cannot automate. So you still need to talk face to face or well camera by camera with a provider with a client, and that is something we have not yet been able to automate. Of course there are a lot of sales automation softwares, but that is like for sales. When you're developing a business is something totally different.
Yeah, of course. And Abroad's user base includes wallets, banks, and institutions. How do you currently identify and engage with the ideal partners who are ready to integrate RTP Rails? And what is the biggest bottleneck in converting initial interests into a signed integration deal?
Sure. So as you mentioned, so our customer or right customer or may say or ICP is these kind of wallets who are using stable coins to offer savings or to using money to people in emerging countries, also to European countries as well. So these wallets are isolated. So these wallets can only use their money on chain, right? So you can only send money between two people having the same wallet or having the same blockchain, or in some countries very specific, you can only send money to specific banks, but again it takes quite a few times. So our clients are the ones who are looking for their wallets to convert their wallets in a payment tool for day-to-day expenses, right? And also what is taking a lot of time to convert a client is the of course the negotiation part, all the onboarding part with the legal documents, and also the integration, right? So for example, it has took me 8 to 9 months to close a deal with a client because it takes a lot of time for them to collect all the documentation, to do the integration, to do the testing, and to launch. So that is what is taking the most time.
Right. Okay. Totally understand. And your business is built on technological innovation. Where do you see the next major opportunity for AI to transform the fintech industry, specifically in areas like market analysis, risk modeling, or perhaps the automation of partner sales cycles?
Yeah, sure. So risk modeling is my favorite application of AI on finance because there are, well, it's an industry with very like really a really high level of like problems of fraud, right? So
Yeah.
my favorite application is fraud detection, and also as AI is really good at processing a large amount of data, so you are able to detect like any problem or any fraud or any problem with the transaction. So that is my favorite application.
Fantastic. And going forwards now, after achieving your goal of seamless USDC payments via QR codes, what is the next major strategic challenge for Abroad? Is it market penetration or maintaining a technological lead or something else entirely, perhaps?
Well, so right now the most challenging part is, yeah, well, we are looking to connect with the largest amount of wallets as possible, right? In order to allow the user to pay wherever they go. This is something that is happening, but it's taking a lot of time. But may I say that the next big challenge is that we want to connect these kind of wallets with transportation systems, right? So in the UK, for example, you can pay with your phone, with your card, with your Visa, Mastercard card on the tube, right? But it doesn't happen like in other countries. And it doesn't happen yet with QR codes. So what we're looking to do is to allow to pay for transportation systems, even if you don't have any Visa or Mastercard card, because this is restricted only for a few selected countries. So that is the most challenging part, and is the next big challenge that we're projecting to happen in 2028. So yeah, that is the most challenging part, but we're really excited because it's something that we are really looking forward to.
Fantastic. It sounds like you've got a really busy time ahead of you. If you could wave a magic wand and instantly implement an AI system, say, to solve one operational challenge, whether it's generating qualified leads or automating follow ups with interested institutions or providing deep, measurable insights into user behavior, what would that system be?
Yes. So I think that the most important part for us will be like to keep because we have a lot of leads, right? So leads come and go, but we would like to keep an eye on like what happens. So right now, for example, we are using Notion. We have tons of leads, and in order to keep an eye on every lead regarding their needs, the expected closing date, and yeah, like their current status, that's something that it would be great to automatize with AI, to have like an agent who tells me like, hey, don't forget to follow up on this lead because the last time they replied, so like to make me a summary, but without myself asking for it, right? Like I receive a summary, like a sales summary, like, hey, this lead is like, it hasn't been in touch for the past few weeks. So that will be great. So I think that connecting a sales pipeline with the Gmail or with Slack Connect chats, that'd be great.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's such a hard thing to do, isn't it? Sometimes to keep on top of where different leads are in the process and follow ups and follow throughs and things, because we can sort of get overwhelmed. There's so much coming in, which is great, but it's making sure that it's seen through to that end. So that's really important. Is there anything else at this stage that you'd like to share with people about abroad and where people can find you, what sort of the new innovations are that you're working on, etc.?
Sure. So we are really excited because we are launching Southeast Asia soon, starting in the next few weeks. So we are really excited because here, well, right now I am in Vietnam, and this society has become totally cashless, right? So I have been living here for 3 weeks now, and I have not need any cash on my pocket. And some people may say like, hey, in the US I don't need cash either because I have my card. In the UK is the same, Australia is the same. So you can pay everywhere with the card, but here is with QRs. And this is a trend that is happening everywhere in Southeast Asia and Latin America. So we are really excited for that. And that is what I would like to share. Like in the coming months, people who is traveling will be able to pay with their wallet in anywhere in Asia and Latin America. And that is something that really excites me because we're connecting not only the people that wants to pay, but also the sellers who are like starting to see foreigners paying with QR. So this connects societies and also improve economies in these markets. So we're really excited for that, and that's something I would like to share.
Fantastic. And how do you go around generating interest and bringing in leads at the moment? Do you have a sales and marketing team in house, or do you outsource that?
Yeah, no, actually, so my team right now is very small. So I am leading the business development part. And basically, it's myself trying to connect with people on LinkedIn, like internal referrals from people I knew before is the thing that works the most. But yes, trying to reach wallets and potential leads by socials is the thing that works the most.
Do you have a strong brand awareness currently, or is that something that you're working on improving as well over the next 12 months?
No, that is something we already invest in the past 12 months. So we totally redesign our branding, we totally redesign our website, all the brochures, all the design, all the details are new right now, and that is something we heavily invest because that is something that we want to improve in order to approach new leads and to close with new clients. And it's something really important because we want to create a brand that is really strong and that is like a very good in the customer facing part.
What's been the impact of that?
Yeah, sure. So people have noticed like it is easier to identify what we do, what we are building, and is easier to remember now. Our brand or colors, we have everything unified now with the graphic design, with the colors. So everything is way better now, and people now can identify us compared with other companies, right?
And so, what does your competition look like at the moment?
Yeah, well, it's a very new market, and of course, it's very competitive. So I've seen new companies blooming and growing a lot. But as we are infrastructure, the good part is that a lot of clients are coming to us, right? The competition again is really, really hard, but we are partnering with some of our competitors as well because this business is more for connecting different countries, right? So there are companies who are building rails in Africa. There are companies who are building rails in Asia in general. There are companies like us who are building rails in Latin America. And we are starting to work together between all of these companies in order to connect the world with the new payment systems and new payment rails.
Is there anything particularly that you have that you would say gives you sort of a unique selling point, something that sets you apart from many of the other competitors?
Sure, and that's exactly our brand, like our brand awareness, because well, it's totally different if you like we're focusing on being a customer facing brand. So our company name is abroad, and we want our logo to be easily identified wherever you go traveling, right? And it's totally different to offer a new payment system called abroad to others that is like something super technical and hard to remember. So that is our value proposition, and also to work on marketing strategies for customer acquisition for the wallets, right? So wallets integrate our technology, but we're not only a payment provider, but also a marketing partner for them. So we work together on building strategies. We work together on getting new clients.
Fantastic. And how else do you generate leads?
So we have our social accounts, of course, LinkedIn, X, Reddit. We have Medium as well. So everything is organic. We're creating blogs. We are constantly checking our SEIO. And yeah, everything has been totally organic. We are planning to start investing in ads by next year.
Right.
But that is something that has not happened yet.
And sort of going along that line then, what is your vision for, say, the next 12 to 18 months for abroad?
Yeah, so well, our challenge right now is to connect to as many countries as possible and to as many wallets as possible. So the biggest challenge is going to be development and also growth. And well, we are a startup, and next year, being totally honest and transparent, we are this kind of have secret. So next year we are planning to become like revenue generating, right? So we have heavily invested in technology, but next year we want to reach or break even when talking about finance, like the financial status of the company. So that is the goal next year. It's gonna be challenging for sure, but that is what we are looking to do in next year.
Fantastic. So I guess you've had a fundraising round or two. And is that something that you'll also be doing again next year?
Yeah, so that is also part of our plan. But to be honest, and again, this is yeah, I'm being totally honest in this podcast, but raising money right now has become really hard, and so that is why we have changed our strategy, and we are focusing on like making revenue in order to be sustainable financially talking. So our plan next year is to be like to reach the break even if we don't raise any investment round.
Sure. And, as you said, that hopefully next year you'll be looking at perhaps going into advertising, etc. Is that something that's going to rely on that revenue being generated before that, or is it something you've
Totally.
already factored in?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, totally. So that is part of the strategy we are planning, but that is totally like right now we are cutting a lot of cost, and we are trying to, again, to be totally profitable and to have a balance between spending and the income. So yeah, all the advertisement will be linked to the profit we can generate.
Fantastic. It sounds like you've got a busy year ahead of you. Lots of
Yeah.
um, aspirations, ambitions there, and I wish you every success driving the business forwards. Thank you for sharing your incredible insights into the world of open source finance and the future of global payments. It's clear that abroad is not just building a product, but an entirely new infrastructure, and your focus on that interoperative advantage. And to our listeners, we hope this episode gave you a clear perspective on the challenges and opportunities in scaling a high growth, technically complex business. But the core takeaway is that whether you're building a payment rail or a marketing agency, growth is always about finding and implementing systems that deliver reliable, measurable revenue. And we'll catch you again on next time on The Growth Advantage. Thanks, Esteban, for coming on the show.
Thanks to you, Rebecca, for the invitation. I feel honored for being here in your podcast. Yeah, well, looking forward to be featuring the next one, maybe in a year, and we can show you what happened. Thank you so much.
Great idea. That would be brilliant. Thank you ever so much. Goodbye.
Bye.